All right, guys, another review. So let's talk about Cruella, which is the newest Disney live action reboot, remake, reimagining, whatever movie. I don't know how to really describe the genre that Disney has been doing for the past couple of years, but Disney has been churning these things out like Disney does, because of course money. But yeah, Disney released Cruella, which is a movie that I did not know before I saw the movie. I didn't know what to think. With these Disney live action remakes, they kind of vary. Like there aren't any that I hate, but they're just a lot of them that are just kind of the same movie again, like just copy and paste, but live action. Which I don't hate that idea. I think it's lazy, but I don't hate that idea. There's some things that I do like that they add on in some of those live action movies. Um, but Cruella is, of course, about Cruella de Vil before she becomes Cruella de Vil. It reminded me, and I know they were trying to make it like this, it reminded me of Maleficent, which is another movie of a character that's a villain in the old movies, but then is actually not that bad of a character and has been wronged. Um, and it's weird because I didn't mind Maleficent or even the sequel. I thought they were pretty fun. But this one, I think, is better than those, honestly. And I think right now, I'm going to say it, I think that this is one of the best live action Disney remakes that we've gotten, like in the past, like 4 or 5 years, since they kind of really went like uh, full blown, like live action movies, like since they've been doing that. This is probably one of the best. I did like some of the other ones. Like I did like Aladdin a lot. Guy Ritchie's Aladdin. I did like Beauty and the Beast. I did like Jungle Book. The other ones, I'm just kind of whatever. I think I might do a ranking on them, maybe. But I uh, I thought that this one, in a lot of ways, was better than most of those. I think that it's surprising that this one, out of all of them, was the one that I would say is the one I liked the most out of all the live action movies recently. Um, the basic thing about this movie that I really enjoyed is the fact that it's really cool that we get a backstory for Cruella de Vil. Um, because this character in the original 101 Dalmatians movie, or even the Glenn Close ones, is just this diabolical, crazy woman who wants to like skin Dalmatians and take their coats, um, or take their fur to make a fur coat. And this movie, I thought, did a really fantastic job of making you really feel sympathy for this character. And like I said, I know Maleficent did that as well, but I thought this did a better job of that. I really like the fact that Emma Stone is Cruella de Vil, and that's a role that, or a casting that I did not think for some reason I would like. And I do like Emma Stone a lot. I think she's awesome in all the movies I've seen her in, but I just didn't see her as Cruella de Vil. But I love when actors can do that, where like you don't see them as something, but then they become something that's really cool. And I did like her a lot in the role. I liked too that it shows her as a little kid. I like that she has another side to herself. She's not always this crazy character. Whenever it started out though, like it was her as a little kid where she meets Horace and Jasper, the two bumbling burglars from the other movies. I thought at first it was kind of like, this is whatever, but whenever they grow up, whenever it's Emma Stone and the actors who play Jasper and Horace whenever they're older, it's really good, and I really liked the chemistry between all three of them. I thought they did a fantastic job of making these characters likable, funny. I dare say even a tad bit complex for a Disney live action movie, and these movies aren't really complex at all. But I liked what they did with these characters. I like that they're technically doing bad things. They're stealing from everybody, but they had no home. They had to do this to survive, and or that's their way of life. Like they wanted to make it this way in life. Um, and Cruella, or Estella is what her name is, with in the movie before she's Cruella, I guess. Kind of side spoilers, I guess. I bet they say it in the trailer. I don't remember, but Estella goes up in the fashion industry, doing this crazy artwork where she meets uh, this leader of the fashion industry, played by Emma Thompson, and she tries to work her way up until you realize some backstory that connects with Emma Thompson. and it becomes kind of a heist movie too, which is really cool. I like that they made this kind of a heist movie. They've got to get an item, and I liked the fact that because they built up the characters really well with Cruella and Jasper and Horace, um, it really worked whenever they were working together doing the heist, and it worked together whenever they worked with Cruella to try to not have her wronged from this Emma Thompson from her character. And I've got to say, Emma Thompson in this, out of all the performances, she's my favorite performance in this movie. She is such a great actress, and this performance is genuinely one that's so incredibly memorable. Like, I will remember her role the most in this movie. She is just this unlikable, stubborn, mean woman, and she just works so well. And I love the fact that I've seen her in interviews, or I've seen her in other movies where she's nice and friendly and a cuddly person, but like in this movie, she's just the most cold and vicious person. She is like a James Bond villain, and it's really, really cool. She is just that. She is brutal in every way she talks to everybody. Um, and I did like that, and I like that the movie just does a great job with its hero and its villain. It's weird because Cruella is not fully a villain in this, and in the original she is a villain. In the original animated movie, in the Glenn Close movie, she is a villain. She's there to try to kill these dogs, and of course she doesn't in those movies. Um, but she is a villain in those movies, and in this movie, Cruella is wronged, and she has a tragic backstory, and it connects to everything. And it's pretty telegraphed as the movie goes along, which isn't a big negative, but it is definitely a telegraphed like thing that happens later in the movie. And the movie ends in a way you expect it to, but I liked the build up to it, and I liked all these characters, and I just liked how fun it was. I liked the soundtrack. I liked how it was just so lively and fun and goofy. Um, I really just enjoyed the fact that the movie just was so entertaining. There's things I could nitpick about. Like I said, it works the best for like 2/3 of it, and then the third act is fine, but it's just a typical like Disney third act. But I still really, really loved it despite that, because I know Disney is not gonna be like, this isn't like Joker. They're not gonna be like that kind of movie. Of course not. I didn't expect that to, so I didn't get disappointed in that way. I expected it to have some Disney-isms, and it definitely did at the end of the movie. Um, it really did work in being just a fun, entertaining time with really likable and developed characters, with a great villain, with a really good performance by Emma Stone. Like I said, everybody's good in it, but I just really, really liked this story of this tragedy of this character, and I liked that it works in a way where she isn't completely the villain, but she isn't completely good either. Um, and by the end of the movie, it feels empowering with the character, and I liked how empowering they made it feel. Like I did enjoy that a lot. Um, like I said, out of all the Disney remakes, live action remakes, this is one of the best. I think it is my favorite. But I'd have to think about it. If I rank them, I'd have to think if this is the best or not. But I really, really dug the fact that it was just so fun and funny and charming, and just really a likable Disney movie. Like, it was just a really fun time. I enjoyed Cruella a lot. I definitely kind of want to see it again, because it just really surprised me, and genuinely, it definitely was not a by the numbers Disney remake. It wasn't The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast, or Aladdin. Like, those movies, even if I like them or not, they are the same movie basically, with just some added development into it. But this one is nothing like the other movies, really. The other 101 Dalmatian movies Disney did. Like, it has nods to it. And even the movie kind of sets up a sequel that could be like the original ones, or the Glenn Close ones, where like it could be the 101 Dalmatians movie again. But this movie is not that, and I really appreciated that. Like, even with Maleficent, like, it was it was so different, but it did end in a lot of the story beats, like from Sleeping Beauty. And this one did not really follow any beats from the original 101 Dalmatians. It really felt like its own thing, with little nods throughout to the movies, which was fine. It just feels like, out of all the Disney remakes, it's the most unique one out of all the ones that are kind of copy and pasted to live action, which I'm totally fine with in some of those. I can just enjoy them for what they are. But this one I enjoyed for being unique and just different for that type of layout they have had with these live action movies. So Cruella genuinely surprised me. Really, really fun time. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I got to see it. Really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see it again. I'll probably buy it because I actually really did like it. It was really entertaining. So that's it for a Cruella review. I've got a lot more reviews coming up since I've been sick, but gotten better. So now it's time for more. So you'll see a lot more this month. So I'll catch you guys in the next review. Take care.